In this video, we'll see about ideal gas, PV diagram and equation of state. Let us first consider a few classical experiments on gases. Consider a gas inside a cylinder with a piston on top. Initially, the gas is at low temperature. When heat is applied, the gas expands. The weight on top of the piston is not changing, which means the pressure is constant. The gas is now hotter. Charles' law says at constant pressure, the volume is proportional to temperature. In a graph, volume versus temperature is a straight line. What happens if the temperature is kept constant? Consider the scenario where the gas is at temperature T. The pressure is decreased by removing some mass from above. The volume expands. When the gas expands, temperature will obviously decrease. Heat is supplied in such a way that decrease in temperature is compensated. So the temperature is maintained constant. This is Boyle's law. At constant temperature, the volume is indirectly proportional to pressure. Consider this case. Some stoppers are in place so the volume cannot increase. With heat supply, the pressure increases. It is Gay-Lussac's law. At constant volume, pressure is proportional to temperature. In another case, pressure and temperature are maintained constant. The number of moles is increased, so the volume increases. The Avogadro law is at constant pressure and temperature, volume is proportional to number of moles. Now we are good to go for ideal gas law. Take all the 4 experiments you have just seen, combine them. PV is proportional to NT, or PV is equal to nRT. The proportionality constant here is the universal gas constant. It is the ideal gas law. What it tells us is how state variables are related to each other in an ideal gas at equilibrium, because to measure one value for the entire system, let's say pressure, the gas must be stable in that pressure and it must have a uniform pressure throughout. That means it must be in equilibrium. The same equation can be modified to have number of atoms instead of number of moles of atoms. So PV is equal to nKT, where capital N is the number of atoms. The new constant K here is the Boltzmann constant. In fact, Boltzmann and Maxwell worked extensively on statistical mechanics of gases, from which this equation comes. Look what it says. It says PV equals KT for one atom. Something that is understood from gas law for moles of atoms is expressed here for one atom. These works led Boltzmann eventually to understand the concept of entropy. We will see in the future videos about entropy where the same Boltzmann constant appears. Okay, now back to the name ideal gas law. In fact, the law comes from experimentations on real gases, but it is called the ideal gas law. Why? Because the real gases do not obey this law at certain conditions. So the ideal gas is a theoretical construct which obeys this equation at all temperatures and pressures. Real gases behave like ideal gases except at high pressures and low temperatures. For example, consider these two graphs, one at low pressure and the other at high pressure. It is about real gases like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide. PV divided by nRT is in the y-axis. It is 1 at all pressure values for an ideal gas, the perfectly horizontal dotted line here. At low pressures, real gases behave very closely to it. At high pressures, however, the behavior is radically different from the ideal one. Let's see some attributes of ideal gases. Ideal gases have particles of zero volume. Practically speaking, what it means is atomic size is negligible compared to interatomic distance. No intermolecular forces between atoms, which means negligible intermolecular forces. For example, atoms do not like to have any chemical bond. Atoms randomly move in all directions in 3 dimensions. Atoms collide with each other and with the walls of the container elastically. That means kinetic energy is conserved. If in atomic collisions kinetic energy decreases, then those are called inelastic collisions. They are also a source of what is called entropy production, which we will see in later videos. Deviations from ideal behavior may involve such collisions. In fact, any deviation from the above assumptions cause deviation from ideal behavior. Another example is intermolecular forces becoming significant. Using a pressure versus volume graph is very useful to understand many concepts about ideal gases. Let's see it. Consider 1 mole of ideal gas. It is in state 1, can be represented in a PVT diagram. Now look at this line. On this line, pressure and temperature are constant and only the volume changes. But is it possible to have any of these states in equilibrium? No. Only this state is possible because PV is equal to RT. When P and T are fixed, V cannot vary. In fact, among P, V and T, only 2 can be considered as independent. The third one gets automatically defined by the gas law. Let's say pressure drops and the gas expands and settles down in a new pressure, volume and temperature, which is the state 2. In PVT space, it is here. Again, 3 variables are not required. So we can project these points into only the PV space so that we can have a 2-dimensional graph which is easier to visualize. Since these points in PV space obey the ideal gas law, the points represented in PV space are only equilibrium states. So PV space has only equilibrium states. Equation of state is a related concept. It is the equation describing the relationship between properties at equilibrium state. For example, PV equals nRT is the equation of state for the ideal gas. It has many applications. For example, in calculating work done, which we will see in other videos in the series, this equation is useful. See you in the next video.